Will TAO reach $10,000 this cycle? Is this the biggest opportunity since Bitcoin under $1 in 2011, or just another overhyped token? Right now, this coin has everyone buzzing. But before you ape in, let's get real. What would it actually take for TAO to pull off a $10,000 token price? We're talking real market cap math and in-depth analysis. You want to stick around till the end, because I'm going to give you a realistic price prediction for TAO this cycle. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. At the time of filming this, TAO is sitting at around $340, with a market cap of over $3 billion, putting TAO in the top 50 crypto assets on CoinMarketCap. It's performed incredibly well already this cycle, up around 20x from the lows in 2023. To TAO, at a $3 billion market cap, it's not exactly trash coin level, where it's just memes and vibes, but it's also not Bitcoin, sitting on $1 trillion throne either. TAO's circulating supply is roughly 9 million, with a total supply capped at 21 million. Why does this matter? Well, if we're talking about hitting $10,000, we need to do the math. Because price predictions without market cap context, that's just pure speculation. So let's compare it to some other big names. Here's where it gets fun. If TAO were to hit $10,000 with the current circulating supply, we're looking at a market cap of around $100 billion. Now compare that to Solana, which is currently sitting at around 90 billion market cap, close enough to that 100 billion mark. So at $10,000 per TAO, you're basically saying TAO would need to climb just over 27x in price. Is that impossible? Well, definitely not. But is it guaranteed? I'd also say no. But it gives you an idea of what level of adoption and hype this would take. We're not just talking about a small pump, we're talking about a genuine takeover of some serious market share. So why are people even throwing around these big numbers for TAO? It's all about AI and blockchain. Right now, AI is the biggest hype narrative in crypto. Everyone and their grandma is launching AI startups. Crypto wants a piece of that pie, and TAO's positioned itself as the decentralized AI infrastructure play. Imagine a future where instead of OpenAI controlling everything behind closed doors, you have an open, decentralized network powering AI models, and TAO is at the center of it. That's the dream scenario that has everyone excited. But here's where I always caution viewers. Some narratives are like Tinder profiles. They can look amazing at first glance, but you don't know what you're really signing up for until you've spent more time with it. Do I believe that's the case for AI? Well, not exactly. The AI hype seems like it's actually here to stay and thrive. The same cannot be said for some other narratives. Let's dive deeper for a second. Fundamentals matter because hype only gets you so far. TAO runs on the Bittensor network, which is essentially a decentralized machine learning platform. Developers can contribute models, get rewarded in TAO tokens, and supposedly create this massive collaborative AI brain on the blockchain. The key things that I like here, for utility, TAO isn't just a meme coin, it's tied to computing power and AI contribution. For scarcity, there's a limited supply that can drive up price if demand rises. And for community, a solid dev community working on real AI projects. But there are some potential red flags. It's still early stage. The tech is ambitious, but the adoption curve is unproven. Competition is also heating up. There are other AI crypto players trying to claim the same throne. TAO's been in the headlines for its ecosystem growth. The more subnets on the TAO ecosystem, the better. They each utilize the TAO token and make it far more scarce and in demand, which therefore drives up price of the TAO token. And the TAO subnets have grown exponentially, up over 112 in total over the past 2 years alone. So if we continue to see this growth, TAO will go parabolic.
There's a link in the description to join the Discord. I'm giving a bunch of calls for that final run and altcoin season.
One big reason TAO already has strong visibility is because it's listed on tier 1 centralized exchanges like Coinbase and Binance. That kind of accessibility is a massive advantage. It means millions of users can already buy TAO instantly, creating a bigger potential market, especially compared to projects stuck on smaller exchanges. Historically, projects that secure tier 1 listings like Coinbase and Binance this early tend to have more stable volume, better liquidity, and attract larger investors. The fact that TAO already has these listings eliminates a huge barrier to adoption. The question now isn't will it get listed, but rather, can it maintain enough momentum to capitalize on that exposure? Now let's zoom out and talk about history repeating itself. Solana started the last bull run at around $1 and exploded to over $250 at the peak. That's from a $10 million market cap all the way up to a $69 billion market cap at the exact top. And that's an astronomical 6,900x and 24,900% growth increase. It was driven by massive hype, ecosystem growth, and heavy VC backing. If TAO followed a similar trajectory, even starting from where it is now, the price action could be wild. But here's the key difference. Solana had heavy institutional support and killer dApps launching rapidly. TAO has a growing AI narrative, which could be even hotter in the next cycle. especially if it attracts that level of development and capital. A Solana-style run isn't impossible, but without adoption, it's just hopium. We've seen the hype cycles play out before, and while history doesn't repeat perfectly, it often rhymes. So there is hope for TAO repeating the same success that Solana did. So, can TAO hit $10,000? Here's my opinion. For the short term, so this year, I'd say probably not, unless we see an insane AI narrative bull run and mass FOMO occur. But for the mid to long term, so in the next 5 to 10 years, I'd say it is possible, especially if decentralized AI really takes off and TAO becomes the go-to protocol. Then we could see $10,000, but it would mean absolutely massive adoption needed. So in my opinion, a more realistic target for this cycle is around $1,000. If we compare TAO to AVAX, AVAX has a $10 billion market cap, which is a very achievable target for TAO. This would require just a 2.7x for TAO from here, which is conservative, and at a $10 billion market cap, TAO would still be very undervalued. If the AI hype really takes off, we can compare TAO to Cardano. Cardano currently sits at a $28 billion market cap, which if TAO were to reach, would put TAO at $2,900 per token. Certainly not impossible considering the fundamentals of TAO. And of course, a reminder that a full-blown alt-season 2021 style for TAO could skyrocket price all the way to $10,000. Just remember, this is a less likely scenario, with the market cap needing to reach almost $100 billion. But hey, this is crypto, and crazier things have happened in previous cycles. So, while the dream of a $10,000 TAO is fun to think about, the smart play is to look at fundamentals, watch for adoption, and never invest more than you're willing to lose. So what do you think? What price do you think is realistic for TAO this cycle? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and stick around as we're diving deep into the next big crypto plays every week. And who knows, you might catch the next 100x before anyone else. See you in the next video.